Thank you, Julie, for making this happen, and everyone. And thanks to BYU for making my day a lot easier. But anyway, Briggs is he knows this trail and everything about as good as anybody, so he's gonna give us a small history here.
So, I don't know the entire history, I'm not old enough for that, but BYU has owned the Y itself, I mean, since it was made. But about two and a half years ago, I think, just before President Obama finished his time in office, he signed an order that allowed BYU to purchase the mountainside. So now we own not just the Y, but we own the trail, we own the parking lot, the trailhead, all of that. So before that, when we only owned the Y, you can look just right down here, right where the machine is parked. That's what we call the bunker. It's just a big storage shed. And before we owned the mountainside, we kept basically Christmas lights in there. You've all seen the Y lit up at different times, right? During homecoming, graduation, things like that. We stored our Christmas lights in there, and every time that we lit the Y up, we had to come and drag the lights all across the surface of the Y. We had to haul up gasoline and generators. We had to have people up here around the clock. People slept up here to kind of guard the lights, turn them on and off, that sort of thing. But once President Obama allowed us to purchase the mountainside, we did a massive renovation of the mountainside. So if you look at the surface of the Y, all around the perimeter of it, every 5 feet or so you'll see some lights. Those are the same lights that are used at airports for the runways. So that's what we installed on the surface. It took about a year to complete this whole job. So what we had to do first was put power in the mountainside. So on the mountainside of the trail, and it starts down at the bottom block of the Y, you'll see a concrete lid, a diamond plate lid with concrete around it. That's where the transformers are for the power. That goes about 12 feet into the ground, and that's the source of the power. So our conduits, which are 3-inch pipes, we put 3 of them on the mountainside of the trail, starting down there, and it winds all the way down the trail to the trailhead. Ties into the power at the bathroom down there. So there's power in one of those 3 conduits. There's fiber optics in another, so that now we just have a light switch on campus. We literally can flick a switch and the lights are on.
Wow.
So we don't have to have people come up here, we don't have to string out lights, we don't have to haul generators and gas anymore. We can literally just flick a switch and the lights are on.
Brig, tell them about Ben.
About who?
Ben.
Ben.
The 90s.
Oh. Some of you that were here earlier, you might have seen an old man by the name of Ben Miles, that's right. Long white hair, long white beard. He had a couple of trekking poles. He's 92 or 93. He comes up here 6 days a week. I think he comes up at about 6 and he hikes twice.
He hikes
up and down twice.
He's ripped.
92.
Yeah. Yeah. So when we were on the project and we were up here for, it was about 11 and a half months that we were up here. We talked to him every single day because he hikes it twice a day. And there's a number of other people in the valley that hike it every single day. Some people come up and run it, up and down in less than an hour. It's crazy. But let's see. So it took about a month and a half, 2 months just to put the conduit in the ground. At every switchback, if you pay attention, you'll see a large gray lid in the ground, about this size. Those are our junction boxes where we pulled the wire from switchback to switchback. So it took about 2 months to put the power in the ground, and then after that we started to resurface the trail. I think there's something like 1,000 cubic yards of road base that we hauled up here. And it was all trucked up to the parking lot and then in skid steers. If any of you know what that is, it's a machine that has a large bucket on the front, tracks like a tank on it. 1 bucket at a time, all the way to that end of the Y and down to the trailhead. 1 bucket at a time, we hauled up road base. I was one of those skid steer operators. There were 2 of us.
Awesome.
Skid steer?
And
skid steer.
And this is open in the winter, right?
Yeah, it's open year round. We never close it down.
When the Y was put in, you know the year?
I don't know the year. I don't know.
Are you? Go ahead if you're not finished. You want
If you have questions, I guess I can answer
Anybody
those,
have questions? While you're thinking about questions, Todd, tell everybody about what Grandpa did to a tree up here. Do you remember?
sure.
You know the story?
Oh no.